Of course, the field that you're in, and you may well know the Director of Security at 2012, a wonderful man called Sir Ian Johnson. I am sure that to this very day, and if he were standing here, he would probably define what he went through in the summer of 2012 as probably the largest security conference ever created by mankind, with a little bit of sporting overlay dotted around the city. In essence, the challenge was, for me, very, very simple. It was to create a safe and secure environment, but at the same time being proportional about it. You know, the Games is a celebration. You know, the best athletes of their generation come together to celebrate the most extraordinary, unique talents. So the challenge was to be effective and discreet, to produce systems that people understood, instilled international confidence, instilled domestic confidence. People tend to think about the big things of cyber attack and obviously, you know, terrorism, but it's about the quality of the resilience of those organizations that you bring together to confront that. It's the quality of your, you know, it's intelligence-led, risk-based, it's effective, it's discreet, and it is at all time explaining what you're doing and being open and transparent with people. Looking back in hindsight, the critical role that the vision played was that it was our route map, it was our lodestar, it was the classic moment where in all organizations, whether in the private or the public sector, you hit that crossroads, the debate, and you will have it all the time, the alignment of creativity and budget. Two really good examples. We said we wanted to create the best spectator experience for anybody ever going to an Olympic Games. Secondly, it is the ability to communicate. And here, this is now quite a complicated landscape. We are now no longer in charge of the message. It is so simple. It is probably the biggest thing that I've learned in the last 7 years, that if you think you are in any organization that is remotely communicating some of your core messages and values to young people, think again, because I will assure you, you are not. Understanding the landscape they live in, understanding the moral hotspots and the crossroads they sit at, an innate view about fairness, a massive gap in trust in institutions and organizations that you and I represent. So our challenge was really to use digital and modern media to get those core messages across. And I think we can genuinely say that the London Games were the first digital games. In Sydney in 2000, tickets were a completely paper operation. No smartphones in Athens, no fast connect broadband. By the time we got to Beijing, I think there was something like 35,000 tweets a day. In 2009, a year afterwards, that had exploded to 35 million. The London Games were no different. We had more website traffic in the first day of the London Games than in the entirety of the Beijing Games. You have to challenge the status quo, you have to accelerate your relationships, and you have to recognize, above all, that unless you provide and create experiences and products that are authentic, you lose. They go off and they do something else. And Abraham Lincoln summed it up better than any communications expert has ever summed it up. With public sentiment, nothing can fail. Without it, nothing can succeed. Thank you very much.